The Almost Flood by Whitaker. A long time ago, there was a good man called Noah. He ate all his dinner, washed his plate, and was never mean to anybody, unlike other people who were always fighting and carrying on. One day God said to Noah, "I am sick of all this fighting. I am going to flood the earth and drown everybody." "But what about me?" said Noah. "I never fight. Are you going to drown me too?" "Okay," said God. "You can build a boat and save yourself." "And my family?" "Yes, okay, and your family too." Noah thought about this for a while. "But what about all the animals? You can't drown all the poor innocent animals." "All right," sighed God. "If you can build a big enough boat, you can take the animals with you." "But surely they won't all fit in a single boat," cried Noah. "Good point," said God. "Better just take 2 of each." "I'll begin right away," said Noah, and he went off to start building his ark. After a while, Noah came to God with a worried look on his face. "God," said Noah, "this isn't going to work." "What do you mean?" said God. "Well, the insects alone are going to take up all the room." God thought for a minute. "Better forget the insects," he said. Noah checked his list. "What about the marsupials?" "The what?" "The marsupials. They mostly live in Australia. How am I going to get 2 kangaroos, 2 wallabies, 2 koalas, 2 numbats, wombats, quokkas, quolls? Well, do we really need them? I mean, nobody around here has ever seen one. I don't think they would miss them much." "And the giant pandas?" said Noah. "Tell you what," said God. "Why don't you just concentrate on the big African animals? You know, the lions, giraffes, elephants, things like that. Things people would miss if they weren't around." "And the unicorns?" "Don't be silly, they're not real." "Aren't they?" "Just kidding," smiled Noah. "It's hard to keep track sometimes with all the creatures I've created. And that's just on one planet." "So what about food?" asked Noah. "Food? Well, in the wild, an elephant can eat over 500 pounds of food a day. In captivity, they can live on about 100 pounds a day. How long did you say this flood would last?" "Oh, about 40 days. And nights, I would imagine." "Right. So that makes it 4,000 pounds of food needed. 8,000 for 2 elephants. I'm starting to see your point," said God. "And we haven't even considered the lions, tigers, cheetahs, cougars, panthers, leopards, lynxes, ocelots. They all eat meat, you see." "Yes. It can be tricky keeping meat without adequate refrigeration. You won't have that for a good 1,000 years or more." "So is this flood really necessary? Are people really that bad that they deserve to drown?" "Well, I don't think you want to flood the earth." "I don't," sighed God. "I really don't." "Well then, here's an idea. You know how there's a rainbow after every storm? Why not tell people it's a sign from you? A sign of love, peace, and understanding." "There's a thought," said God. Yes, I like it." "So you'll call this flood off?" "I will." "Thanks, Noah." "You're welcome. Now what about this ark I started building?" "I won't need it now, and it's taking up my backyard." "Oh, don't worry about that," said God. "I'll dump it on a mountain somewhere." And that is just what he did.